they asked how I came to the subject in the first place, sort of how I developed my research questions, basically. And I hadn't prepared for that, but it was quite an easy question to answer in that I just told the truth, you know, and it was like telling a story, actually.
I think there should be a general question, a general set of questions, 2 or 3 questions to begin with, that generally puts everybody at their ease, because the examiners are feeling their way as well. I think it's important to remember. An example of the kind of opening gambit would be, what have you learnt from doing this dissertation? Where are you intellectually that's different from where you began?
Well, the opening question wasn't really a question as such. The external examiner started by just actually talking through their comments on the thesis and bringing out what parts they thought was most interesting about my argument.
You actually want to put the candidate at ease and ask them something fairly broad that they can sort of set the terms of the discussion.
Started also with them, with the examiners saying that they both liked my thesis and that they were thinking about accepting it, so that put me in a very kind of relaxed mood.
The first question was a sort of a real sort of scene-setting question. And I was very glad of that question, because when I'd arrived in the room, it was a slightly strange setup. I was sitting on quite a low armchair, and I was offered and accepted a glass of water, but the glass of water was put on a table several miles away from me, it seemed. So actually having that scene-setting question also gave me the opportunity to make myself comfortable in the room. It was a very easy question.
I will ask the student what it is they think they've achieved in this thesis. I encourage my students to expect a question like that. So expect, as it were, that they have to give a sales pitch for their thesis at the beginning of the viva.
What contribution to knowledge they think their thesis has made, which is, after all, the thing on which they're being examined.
I think the main advice I would give would really just be to know your thesis inside out, so to have a really good idea of what's in it and what order everything comes in, how the thesis fits into your field as a whole, and to be able to justify your reasons for taking a particular methodology or using a particular theoretical framework.
You're really asking them to reiterate the thesis. What is the main argument of your thesis? Sometimes people start off with a question that actually allows them to say what made them choose this topic and where they felt it was going. And sometimes there are questions to do with how do you think this contributes to knowledge. But it's really crucial, I think, that the student should have prepared, and this also goes for job interviews later, a way of talking about their thesis in about no more than 5 sentences, because it'll stand them in good stead forever after to be able to describe their work.